brings you guys here?
Cybertruck.
Came in a Cybertruck?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing.
Sector 1, clear. Sector 2, clear. Bring in Eagle 1 and 2, getting the boys.
Hey, Franz.
Hey.
Thank you
doing?
so much.
Yeah, good to see you.
Franz, nice to
Hey,
meet you.
likewise. Welcome. You want to join?
Thank you so much. Of course.
What brings you guys here?
Cybertruck.
Came in a Cybertruck?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing.
So
Awesome.
you saw our bodyguard, so he drove us here, and yeah, thank you so much. So on behalf of Tesla Club Austria and our big brother, partner in crime, Silicon Valley Club. So say hello to John.
Hey, John.
Thanks. Hey John, thank you so much for setting this up. And yeah, we're just stoked to be here. I mean, I can't imagine being a designer. So you can design your own restaurant. How does that feel?
Well, first of all, welcome to the Tesla Diner in Hollywood. 1 week into having opened this place, and we're excited that you're here. And I think hopefully you've had a chance to get some good food and get a bit of an experience, a little bit of a Hollywood experience. But to answer your question, first of all, it's always a team of people. And I'm just fortunate enough to be around really good people, have brought in really good people to be able to create something like this. And I think the vision from Elon to do a diner with a great experience where you can come, charge, eat, relax, watch a movie. It's nothing like that around here. And so getting a chance to just work on that project is super fun. It's not something that we normally do, but it's a great change of pace, and you can kind of see a little bit of the Tesla character in a lot of the stuff of the building and the space and the experience. So,
Franz, I've heard it was a long way to make the diner, and it's actually fun because the Cybertruck was really shaped very straight, and this is a round diner. Is it because it's the old style from a diner?
we wanted to have a diner that, you know, was nostalgic in a way that brought back the feeling and the vibe of being in a diner anywhere in America, but also bring a newness and a futuristic kind of Jetsons kind of vibe to it. If you look at anything in the Jetsons, they're all round and kind of, you know, very futuristic looking. And so we just found that combination. And, you know, I'm looking at the building now, and the Cybertruck is made up of all these stainless steel panels, but so is our building. And all of these panels are recycled panels from the Cybertruck manufacturing. So we're able to use, you know, the same materials in a different form factor.
So you got a cheap deal on steel.
I don't know if it was cheap, but we're making sure we use every piece of steel. It was just it was a nice change, a great project for our team, and you know, I think something that will hopefully continue to proliferate around the world.
Awesome. So speaking of Cybertruck, we have to address this. It's been in our minds since 2019 when we set together in your interior design studio. We set up like a live stream because nobody knew how Cybertruck would look like.
Right.
So we did a live stream, like event, like looking at like real reaction video back then, 2019. And we were like, so, oh, okay. And then, but we were hyped like 2 seconds after that. We're like, what? You guys have balls. I mean, putting this into the real world takes balls. I mean, congrats. We were totally stoked. And then a magic moment for the world, maybe not for you, happened. So what was in your mind when when it broke?
You're referring to the window, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had practiced behind the scenes, on the truck, on the window, multiple times right before we went live on the stage. And I think it was just one of those Murphy's Law kind of things where something like that happens. But it turned out to be a great meme. And I think in an odd sort of way, we don't do marketing, but it turned into a great marketing moment. the ball didn't go through the window, so there's, you're still safe. Yeah, it was not an expected moment, but in that moment you have to roll with it. So
yeah, you did like a champ.
Elon was amazing.
You too.
And I think, just thinking about what that moment could have been, he rolled with it and we turned it into something positive. So
yeah, that's what you do. You guys are fun and you are capable of having fun, and just roll it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Cybertruck, as radical looking as it may be, it's still grounded in functionality. It has the functionality of a pickup truck, but maybe more. It puts the toughness on the outside, not on the inside. And so it really has the core attributes of what you would want to look for in a truck. Just because the shape is different doesn't mean it's not functional. It does actually many of the things truck buyers are looking for, but in a better way. So it was an exciting and interesting project to work on. It was, I always felt like I had something unique and new, and was just excited that Elon was behind it and really pushing for it and not at all shy about being radically different. And there's no other brand that could go out there and do something as radical as Cybertruck. But literally, Cybertruck exists because it's also a functional truck. It's not just different looking to be different. It's different looking for a reason. And it does all the things that you would expect that truck to do, and more, actually.
It's totally awesome truck. I don't know if you know, but we are crazy enough. So we bought a Cybertruck in US and we brought it to Austria.
Oh, great.
1 year ago now.
Amazing.
So
you have to be a rock star everywhere you go with that.
Yeah, but we are also like really poor guys, because we're so crazy to do that, and it's not road legal. They won't let us get road legal. I mean, it's so hard to keep the
Do you drive it around anyways?
Yeah. Of course. So it's not 100% legal, but we can talk with police quite good. So Austria is laid back, and but if I can address this,
what have you done with the truck so far?
The first thing was the first thing when we picked it up. We put crushed ice in the secret vault and beer, and then we had the champagne, and we sprayed the truck with the champagne.
Yeah,
we have to celebrate it.
Yeah, of course.
It was the first thing. I mean, I love the ice box.
Yeah.
It's only ice there and beers and champagne.
It's amazing.
No, it's amazing truck. We love it. We do events. We show it to the people. We do it together with Tesla Austria. So we drive to the superchargers, and people are coming. I mean, it's the only truck in Austria. People are go crazy. Here nobody cares because and haven't seen it tons. But in Austria, it's really super. All the time.
It's like an alien on the road.
Right?
Yeah.
And what we do is we try to bring the attention towards Tesla. So we work together with the local teams, and they offer test rides. So we say,
okay, awesome.
You can, as a member of our club, you can ride with us with the Cybertruck. But if you're not a member, you can sit in, of course. But if you want to experience Tesla, there is the other models.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing, and we have fun. So we put DJs there, and
it's amazing.
It's a party vehicle for us.
That's awesome.
But one thing I have to be critical as well. So here in doing our trip, so we went to the X Takeover, and then to Giga Nevada, to the tour and Redwood Materials, and then we flew into Las Vegas. Then we had another Cybertruck, so we rented one, and then we had from our bodyguard Carlos, you saw him before. So, and we are 6 guys, now 7 with the bodyguard.
Right.
So, but we
did you put him in the back?
We actually, we drove.
Don't talk on the camera.
We can tell you some stories afterwards. But so
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
At some point, there were a lot of guys from our team in the Cybertruck, but not even when so many people are in there. Also, when driving here, I do like this, and I open the window.
In the back seat, in the rear seat.
In the rear seat.
It happens so often.
Okay.
Which brings me to an interesting topic. Was this team design or team engineering?
It's kind of both. At the end of the day, we work together really tightly, the design team and the engineering team. Sometimes these things we just don't test for, ergonomics. We have an
You can
ergonomics
bring
team.
products to us and we test it.
No, we have
Sure, sure.
ergonomics team in our team, and I'm sure they yelled and screamed at us about this. If I remember, we did have conversations about the window switch and the door switch and the location of both, and I think it's safer that you don't open the door versus opening the window if you lean on it. So that may have been the ultimate decision there.
Yeah, but it brings a lot of fun for us, at least. It was like a running
All the
joke.
time.
So
I love to drive the
Like-
Cybertruck.
yeah, shouting, please put in the window lock. I want to sleep. But there was no sleep at this trip at all. So.
Doesn't look like it.
So we talked about the teams, design team and engineering. So Lars Moravi was at the X Takeover last weekend. He was an amazing guy, like you as well. And we really felt that you two and your teams, like, are the driving force, of course Elon, but you like three are the driving force of Tesla and why it's so successful over the years. How is the cooperation between the two teams, and how often does Elon have to like pick a side?
Usually never. I think
Nice.
Elon gives us both the same direction, so we collectively figure out how to solve whatever the problem is, kind of using first principle perspective. And I think we collaborate probably more tightly than, at least my experience, in other manufacturers. And I think that's important. That relationship is really important. An engineer can't really struggles to find some aesthetic beauty in a lot of their solutions because they're very focused on having the best kind of path to the solution. And our job is to make that path very aesthetically beautiful. And that only happens when you work together. And I think both of us realize that we need each other to have the ultimately best product. And so it's a really tight relationship that we have. We're talking every day about all the different products, past and ongoing, and always with an eye on how do we make things better? How do we okay, we did this, but it can be better, and how do we do that? And how do we make those decisions along the way? And then the input from Elon as well is always around quality, being the best possible thing. Even when we come here, it's we want to focus on quality and experience and make sure the customer's happy. And I think when you have a really good product, you get a great customer reaction, and they want to tell people about the things that they love, right? And if they love a Tesla, then they're going to be happy and talk about it. And that helps spread virality and spreads the word and gets other people into the also great product. So I think, back to your question, it's a really tight relationship that we have, and communication is everything. And I think ultimately we both want the best. We all of us want the best, and Elon's demanding it, so we have to deliver.
But you deliver big time, so you're doing a great job bringing the great designs which you love, and also the other aspect, safety of course, and put it manufacturing it well.
I think it's a little known thing that that Teslas are the safest vehicles on the road. It's an important metric that we take internally really seriously. It's my job to make it not necessarily look like it's super safe, but that they actually are. Lars does a great job, and his team does a great job of really designing and engineering. That's all the Tesla products are the top safest vehicles that you could put your family in, and we need more people to know about that. I think it's really important. I always try to tell people, if you have kids, you want them in the safest product, right, on the road, and it should be a Tesla.
So, Franz, to the next question, do you have artists or designers which you get inspired from?
I think inspiration comes from a variety of different places and people, and I think just observation in the world, and just depending on where we are at a moment in time, whether we're working on a project like the diner or a project like Roadster or Cybertruck or something. They all have inspiration at that moment of kind of absorbing what's in your space at that time. So I don't really have any favorites. I'm a designer, so I'm fickle and I'm always changing my mind. So it's a really hard question to answer because it's never the same.
Are there special spots where you get inspired, or like is there like a creative process? Is it like when you're in the nature you get inspired, or the bathroom, or I don't know. But yeah,
it happens, like, I mean, driving somewhere in the shower, like, out and about, or just in a conversation, just having a moment or a eureka moment. It's every project is different. It's tough to pin it down, and constantly thinking about what's the next best thing. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. I'm sorry. It's not like, I'm inspired by mid-century modern architecture. I don't know.
Oh, that's good. Is there a special product from Tesla all over which your family and you love the most, and you have to pick one of them?
Well, I think as a family, we probably spend the most time in a Model X. It's a really versatile vehicle. We can fit our kids, our dogs, everything in that, and so we collectively are spending a lot of time there. But personally, I think the Model S for me is still a modern car on the road today after 10, 12 years. It's over 15 years since I started designing that car, and it still looks fresh and modern on the road today. And I know there's something about that just, I feel, I just like, it's a really amazingly engineered car. It's a super car in wolf's clothing. You don't realize that until you do a quarter-mile launch or something. It's incredible. It like hurts your eyeballs when you launch it.
It's true.
So I have a sweet spot for that, but I also like the Cybertruck is such a special, unique vehicle. There's so many firsts there and such a radical departure from the expectation, like the things that we were doing, and we really zagged when everybody thought we were going to zig. And there's I think it's a great driving car. It's the most comfortable car. I think when I'm driving around, I feel the most comfortable in that car. And yeah, it's just it's changing kind of the landscape of the roads in a way that no other car is really doing, and so I'm partial to that as well. I don't know. Each car has so much like blood and sweat and tears that go into it that they're all like kids. How do you pick your favorite kid?
You say it changes the picture on the road.
Yeah.
As we were in Nevada 2 days ago, I think there is also some important thing who changed the road, the semi-truck. We saw it on the electric avenue.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. What do you think about the truck?
I mean, the semi-truck is an amazing product, and I think it's going to transform shipping and transporting goods. And as autonomy comes on and we have this autonomous vehicle that can transport goods around, it's really going to transform how we move product in a way that still looks cool. It looks futuristic and looks good. And that project was amazing. When we at the onset, we realized we had a very unconventional setup with the batteries and the motors, and we didn't have this big engine in the front. So very quickly we're like, how do we make the best driving experience for the office space for the operator? And putting the driver in the center, like a McLaren F1, just gave them the command view. It's an amazing experience when you're behind the glass and driving down the road, but you have amazing visibility, and there's so much more space in the cab as an office. And this is their office space. So we're giving back that way to the driver. But I think as we move forward, the driver becomes somewhat obsolete with autonomy, but we're still able to transport goods and really continue to radically transform transportation. So the semi is going to be an ongoing story of just how the future of transportation evolves. But it can still be attractive and futuristic feeling. It's not a traditional box you know, and in Europe you have just these flat,
only flat
straight up
boxes.
and down
Yeah, yeah.
box, you know, that kind of, they're not super inspiring.
Nope.
You're a great car designer, obviously, but if you could help Elon in one of his 27 other companies he runs, which company or product from Elon's companies would you love to work, like help them design, like rocket?
You know, I've never really thought about it, but I think what's happening at SpaceX and, you know, where they're going and, you know, to Mars, I think it would be amazing to be a part of how that, like, you know, just terraforming a new planet and all the bits and pieces that you need, and try to make that not just, you know, clunky boxes, but, you know, really aesthetically beautiful as a starting point for a new civilization on a new planet. I think that would be awesome.
We know you're not allowed to talk about things. We don't ask about things that are in the pipeline. We are respectful of that.
Appreciate
but
that.
we know that your wife, Vicky, is doing great stuff with sustainable materials. What's in her pipeline? What's up next with your wife's products?
I mean, I don't really speak for my wife, but I'm just super proud of the fact that she's, you know, really taking on plastic and trying to create an alternative, a fully plant-based alternative to plastic use in all its forms. And, you know, our planet really needs that. And, you know, I can't speak for her, but I'm just super proud sitting in the background watching that hard work come to fruition. So, you know, and our world needs that. So it's a great endeavor that she's taking on, and I hope that it, you know, really explodes.
It's all about goals. We all know the goals from Tesla, of course, and especially for you, what is your goal at Tesla?
To make, you know, beautiful products that people love. I think ultimately that's...
You nailed that. Congrats.
Well, we have to keep going, right? You can't rest on what you've done in the past. You're only as good as your last thing or the next one coming. And I know I'm pretty excited about some of the things that we're working on, and, you know, what the future holds for us. I think, you know, autonomy is going to radically transform transportation. It's hard to believe it, but it's upon us. And I think being a part of that transition and being a part of how people like take in and transport themselves around, creating the vessels that do that, is super exciting.
Before you see the video from our light show, which we do in Austria, I'm sure you see the video from the light show from the X takeover from Friday.
Yeah.
Have you got any advice for a design for the next light show? Maybe we can work together at one.
You guys have done pretty well. Let's see. It's got to be epic. You got to, like, go big. I don't know. Let me think about that. I'll give you some ideas.
Or maybe, like, not defamation, but like we always keep improving together with our friend Simon, and new shapes, and also testing out different lights. If you have something in mind that you would love,
I think
to see,
everything that you guys have done so far, and everything that I've seen with the Tesla light shows, it's very horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a creative way to go vertical,
I mean, we had drones that they are.
But if you can actually go over, you live in the mountains, right? You guys can go vertical, you know. So maybe there's an opportunity.
It's not that we don't already arrange something. I mean, But speaking of mountains, you've been to Austria?
I was there as a kid skiing in Schladming.
Schladming,
woo! It looks like
10 kilometers
amazing.
away from my hometown.
Amazing.
Okay.
I barely remember it, but I know that I was there. And I remember the skiing was crazy. We had 5 feet of snow or something like that. Yeah. Like almost 2 meters of snow, like overnight. Insane.
So your name is quite German. You speak German?
I don't, unfortunately.
Okay. But we brought you a gift. Maybe you can show it. We brought you
Yeah, look at this.
a pine wood schnapps from Austria. It's typical with some wood decor.
That's beautiful.
Mr.
Thank you so
Woodhouse.
much. Yeah, I know, right?
And before the setup of the cameras, we already told you how to do a drinking, like Spruch. Trinkspruch. Yeah, like the cheer up with Austria. So you're pretty good. So you
No,
have,
no, no.
you have to keep on. I think you're maybe you
We have
become
to practice in the background. Maybe.
yeah, or maybe in Austria. No, so you could become a really good Austrian.
I'll try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tourist at least.
Yeah,
Skier.
tourist.
No, Marco.
Yep.
Some
There's
questions?
one last question. If you had one wish for the future, not only for Tesla, what could it be?
Well, I think we're living in an amazing moment in time with the kind of advent and oncome of AI, autonomy. I think it and the possibilities and the opportunities that those present for kind of our health, our longevity. Just would love that everybody on this planet can benefit from that, and that we don't have to be in all these chaotic crises all the time, and that like humans can get along and really benefit from this like it's unprecedented, amazing moment of technology converging on our lives, and I think everybody needs to be able to benefit from that. So I don't know, that seems very big and broad, but I mean ultimately that would be amazing if we could have that.
Yeah, that's really very nice. You said it's really big, but like our friend from Austria, Arnold Schwarzenegger says, just do the reps.
Yeah,
Have the vision,
exactly.
have a
Every
vision,
time.
Yeah.
have to know the vision, and then you have to do the reps. You have to pump it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, birthday.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Arnold. We say, hi,
Happy
Arnold.
birthday, Arnold.
Happy birthday. So I'm totally pumped. I have goosebumps. My brother here as well, as I can see. Thank you so much.
Of course,
It was
it's amazing that you guys came all this way. We, at Tesla, we just love the fact that you got like people like yourselves come, from so far, are such big fans, are spreading the word. It's an important message that needs to get out there, and you guys are amazing at doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All of us at Tesla, it's great what you're doing, and keep it up. We really love the enthusiasm, and just we're trying to make an impact, and you guys are helping out. So it's fantastic.
Thank you so much. So thank you guys for listening. And one more thing. So we are so sorry, Mr. Elon Musk. Mr. Elon Musk. We're running out of time. We don't have time now for our interview. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Thanks.
See you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Woo!
That was great.
Thanks.
I thought it was going to be more radical.
Radical?
Yeah.
You can do another one.